and puts him down on a body slam. Wheels down the top of his wrestling attire.
Hello and welcome to the world's greatest wrestling series. On this series, we feature the incredible Hulk Hogan in the only surviving footage of a match he'd love to forget. Let's take a look.
The Coliseum.
Master strategy man. And Lawler sidestepped him and threw him in. Put up on the ring turnbuckles. Lawler blocks the right, pops the Hulk. Lawler, a man with enormous confidence, takes it right back from the foot and the big arm, whipped into the rope. And that elbow put him down hard. Lawler grabs that jaw. Man, oh man. Hulk, big body slam. I think the Hulk knows. Comes in with a chokehold, and the referee says, bring it up. Reversal. Lawler's got him up and puts him down on a body slam. Wheels down the top of his wrestling attire. Referee trying to break Lawler up, pounding away with that right hand. And Lawler puts the Hulk back into the ropes, and he sags. And Lawler takes over. Breaks a walking stick over Lawler's back. And the referee says, ring the bell. So it'll be a disqualification on the Hulk. And Lawler going after Hart, going after the Hulk with a walking stick. He's got a piece of it. The winner in 1428 is Lawler by disqualification. He decks Hart. And Hart scrambles to the floor into the security of the Hulk. Lawler Lawler, the winner.
For all you wrestling fans, did you notice who the Hulk's manager was? Well, we're going to take another look. We're also going to see some historical footage between Nick Bockwinkel, Manny Fernandez, the original Sheik, and Mark Lewin. Let's go right to the action.
Lawler put up on the ring turnbuckles. Lawler blocks the right, pops the Hulk. Lawler, a man with enormous confidence, takes it right back from the foot and the big arm, whipped into the rope, and that elbow put him down hard. Lawler grabs that jaw. Man, oh man. Hulk, big body slam. I think the Hulk knows. Comes in with a chokehold, and the referee says, bring it up. Reversal. Lawler's got him up and puts him down with a body slam. Wheels down the top of his wrestling attire. Referee trying to break Lawler up, pounding away with that right hand. And Lawler puts the Hulk back into the ropes, and he sags. And Lawler takes over. Hart breaks a walking stick over Lawler's back. And the referee says, ring the bell. So it'll be a disqualification on the Hulk. And Lawler going after Hart, going after the Hulk with a walking stick. He's got a piece of it. The winner in 14-28 is Lawler by disqualification. He decks Hart. And Hart scrambles to the floor into the security of the Hulk. Lawler, the winner in 14-28 by disqualification.
Manny Fernandez tries again against world champion Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel immediately started grabbing. Manny Fernandez, a world-class athlete himself, let me assure you of every second of that, going against the reigning heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel grousing he didn't sign to fight this man. Well, let's check out your standards here, Nicholas. Here you go against Manny Fernandez. No light show for anybody. Bockwinkel in the ring. He is the world champion. I mean, hey, been right about that. But you can see his hesitation to wrestle Manny Fernandez. Big, crushing side headlock. Fernandez on Bockwinkel. And it continues. Whoa! Hip toss and a big, full body slam. Thank you. I'll return that favor, Brother Bockwinkel. Hip toss. Main event in anybody's arena. Bockwinkel and Fernandez in the ring. Side headlock. Manny Fernandez on the world champion, Nick Bockwinkel. He stands him up. Bockwinkel using the trunk. Oh, going to hit toss. Is that back there? 1, 2. Bockwinkel barely fails out. Nick, I see you're concerned about wrestling Brother Fernandez now. He was about as startled as anybody I've ever seen when he turned over his shoulder expecting to find young Terry Allen, who's an excellent wrestler in his own right. But he did not expect to see world-class Manny Fernandez standing there in his shoes. Side headlock. Fernandez on Bockwinkel. We'll see Ken Patera tonight before this night is over, too. I'll tell you, that's the kind of an interesting story. 1, 2, and he managed to get out. Ken Patera could be the world's strongest man. I'll tell you right now, at least in the wrestling profession. And Patera was actually, the word I get, back rooms and sticking my ear through cracks in the wall, one thing and another, is that Patera was imported by Buck Rowley to give a little assistance to himself and Tank Patton and a few others of such bent. Meanwhile, Tiger Conway Jr. got tired of all that business, being ganged up on, constantly having the rules broken and bent. And thus comes to town, the plot does thicken considerably because thus comes to town Big Bruiser Brody. And boy, when he comes to town, everybody knows it. I think you'll have to agree to that. Manny into the rope. Bockwinkel catches him. Big, hard fist of the world champion into the stomach of Manny Fernandez. Uses the wrestling shoe on him. And again, Bockwinkel slings him into the ropes, catches him with a knee. Manny Fernandez undergoing a tremendous amount of punishment right now at the hands of Bockwinkel, who is a past master at handing out punishment. Into the ropes. Catches him again with a knee. Juan Reynosa, third man in the ring, as Bockwinkel continues to work on Fernandez. Body, no, sidebreaker. Fernandez now going for the kill. No, Bockwinkel for the kill, too. And Fernandez bridges out. Southwest Championship Wrestling. I'm convinced best wrestling in the whole world. And available every week, wherever you are in this country. There's Fernandez's head just got split open on the turnbuckle. Knee to the rib cage. Another knee to the chest bone. Right where everything comes together in the chest. Bockwinkel does know how to punish you. Bockwinkel, one more time. Hair of the head and arm sling. Oh, big Barrett. Backbreaker. A backbreaker. Bockwinkel on Fernandez. Reynosa chugging with Fernandez. Oh, slammed him. Guarantee you, like somebody's sticking up. Up a column in each here with a tack hammer. Bockwinkel working on the head bone of Manny Fernandez. Fernandez, the next champ himself. And I guarantee you, he's had his head beat on before, and he'd like to see some of that himself. He says, that's so much fun, Mickey. Here, help yourself. Enjoy that one. Stand-up double off the head of Nick Bockwinkel. Fernandez bleeding profusely. Bockwinkel at this point falls like a felled oak. Fernandez drives him under the mat. Turns him over for the kill. 1, 2. Bockwinkel gets out. Fernandez going to suplex him for all the world, and here it comes. Big, full body suplex. Fernandez on Bockwinkel, getting himself some of that action. 10-minute time of a match with Bockwinkel and Manny Fernandez getting with it. Just one of several outstanding matches tonight here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Fernandez across the ring with Bockwinkel. Lays him out again. One more time. 1, 2. Bockwinkel flails out. Again, Ken Patera here coming up this evening. He's a strong one. Whether you like him or not, his suplexes him outside in. Bockwinkel at the mercy at the moment. There's the sleeper. Fernandez on Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel fighting. He's fighting. Fernandez, with the arms this man has on him, I guarantee you the former Florida State champ can put you nighty-night. Should have wore your jammies with a little fuzzy ducks on them. Are you kidding me? Fernandez with a sleeper hold on Bockwinkel. Time caught him. Time caught him. I got to tell you, another 30 seconds, minute at the most, and Manny Fernandez would have defeated the world's heavyweight champion. You saw it for yourself. He had him in his clutches. I mean, Bockwinkel was doing everything but putting his 90 on. And the bell caught him. 30 seconds, 45 at the most. And Manny would have defeated the world's champion. Your main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, a one-fall, 60-minute time limit for the United States Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. In this event, the loser must leave town. In this event, the loser must leave. Introducing first, the challenger.
You gotta leave this motor city. You gotta go. Tonight, you must go.
Introducing first, the challenger. From Syria, weighing in at 242 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the former United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Sheik. From New York City, weighing 253 pounds, the United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion,
Mark Lewin has turned his back on the Sheik before. He will not turn his back on the Sheik tonight. He knows well not to turn his back on the man from Syria. The Sheik now moving around the ring very cautiously. In the referee hole, both men viciously going at one another. Into the referee hole now. Mark Lewin backs the Sheik onto the ropes. The Sheik grabs on, bear hug style. Mark Lewin holding on to the ropes. The Sheik spins Mark Lewin around, drives one in his midsection. Mark Lewin grabs the headlock and drives one to the head of the Sheik. Sheik back into the corner. His back to the turnbuckle, looking up as though he were getting a message from on high. Mark Lewin checking with the referee. Into the referee hole, Mark Lewin backs the Sheik into the corner. Bear hug by the Sheik, he reverses the situation. Puts Lewin in the corner. The Sheik draws back and drives into the midsection of Mark Lewin. And another. The Sheik in a vicious mood, a choke. The Sheik biting into the head of Lewin, choking away. The referee calling for the break. The Sheik cuts back. Lewin down, hanging onto the top rope. Down on his hands and knees, the Sheik into a vicious chokehold. The Sheik reaches into his boot, grabs an object, and drives it to the throat of Lewin. Lewin, who's trying to shake it off, who's staggered back. Lewin clenches the fist now and moves in on the Sheik. The referee not interfering here. This is a championship bout. There's a lot at stake here for both men. Lewin drives a fist into the head of the Sheik. And again, Lewin following the Sheik. Kriegman reaches in and grabs the boot of Lewin. And the Sheik drives that object into his head. Not once, but twice. The Sheik driving that object into the head of Mark Lewin. Mark Lewin goes down. He's to his feet now. And the Sheik again drives that object into his head. The Sheik driving that thing into Mark Lewin's head repeatedly. He's opened up Lewin's head. Kriegman, the manager of the Sheik, it was Kriegman who reached in and grabbed the boot of Lewin, tripped him over, kept him from moving. And in the meantime, the Sheik has been devastating Lewin almost at will. A wild man from Syria in a bad mood. You could tell when he came into this bout tonight that this one was going to go all the way. This one was going to go all the way from beginning to end. The Sheik now steps back. Mark Lewin being inspected by the referee. Eddie Kriegman on the outside grabs the trunks of Lewin. The Sheik moves in. And he drives that object into the head of Lewin. Lewin, terrific pain now, is on the outside of the ring. The Sheik being States Heavyweight Championship crown. Mark Lewin, his head opened up, is outside the ring, standing amongst the fans. Mark Lewin now slowly making his way toward the ring. The Sheik waiting on the inside. There comes Lewin up on the apron. Then the Sheik hammers him one. And down on the table, half in and half out of the ring on the apron, is Mark Lewin being devastated by the wild man from Syria with Sheik. Mark Lewin now calling to the people. The Sheik in the ring, Lewin tumbling to the fans on the outside of the ring. Mark Lewin in agony and pain has been devastated by the wild man from Syria. Remember, this is for the championship. The count is in. Mark Lewin is out amongst the fans. The count is stopped. The Sheik interfered. The count is stopped. The count is in again. Here comes Lewin, approaching the ring very slowly, very cautiously. The Sheik waiting for him. The Sheik waiting for him. Lewin trying to get back into the ring. The Sheik has prevented him from getting inside the squared circle. Mark Lewin on the outside gets kicked by Eddie Christian, the maniacal manager of the Sheik. Now the Sheik with a vicious look on his face is waiting for Mark Lewin to come back through those ropes, hanging in the balance here tonight. The United States Heavyweight Championship bout. It's been a rough and rugged bout so far. The outcome nobody can guess, as both men have come here tonight to battle one another toe to toe. Mark Lewin in a daze now, walking outside the ring, and the referee is into the count. The count will continue unless the Sheik refuses to take his turn. The count is in. Now, Creechman is on the apron of the ring. The count is stopped. Creechman complaining to the referee, and the referee telling Creechman to get his man to his corner. Mark Lewin determined now, slowly walks up to the ring. Mark Lewin has the leg, the Sheik has the arm of Creechman, and they're pulling him like a piece of raw meat. Situation. The loser of this bout must leave town. The loser must leave town. And the winner, it remains to be the United States Heavyweight Championship. The count is in the two. Almost three, but two is all it went. Lewin, feeling victory very close at hand, turns around now and hammers away again on the Sheik. Both men collide. Both men are down. The count is in. The count is in. Both men are down. Who's going to get up first here may determine the championship. Lewin is up first. He covers the Sheik. Creechman throws him off. Creechman interferes. He's warned by the referee. Eddie Creechman came in. Lewin on his feet now, being warned by the referee about the use of the object in his hand. Lewin seeing it as an eye for an eye, a fair situation. If he can do it, why can't I? And again, Lewin pounds away, and it's small of the back now, the Sheik. Lewin pounding at will on the wild man Syria. The Sheik goes down. Mark Lewin covers him for the pin. Here comes Creechman. Creechman chased out of the ring. The Sheik very slowly gets to his feet, drives one to the midsection. Mark Lewin. Lewin is the champion. The Sheik the challenger, the former champion, wants that title. And he's fighting with everything he's got to get that title away from Mark Lewin. Mark Lewin now, half in, half out of the ring. Mark Lewin grabs, he has dropped the object. The Sheik has it back. The Sheik grabbing Lewin now, pulling that object in his throat. Lewin literally fighting for his life here with a wild man from Syria. The referee grabbed the arm of the Sheik. The Sheik dropped the object. The Sheik dropped the object. The referee is throwing it out of the ring. Mark Lewin pounding away on the Sheik. The Sheik dangling off the ropes now, drops to one knee. Double chopping the Sheik. The Sheik falling to the second rope. Now Lewin throws the Sheik on the rope. Sleeper hold. Lewin has the sleeper hold on the Sheik. Here comes Eddie Creechman. He's trying to get Mark Lewin from throwing the sleeper hold. The referee went down. A ball of fire into the face of Mark Lewin. Creechman got away too. I think Creechman got the fire. I think Eddie Creechman got the fire. I think Eddie Creechman got the fire. Mark Lewin got the fire thrown in his face. Mark Lewin had the sleeper on the Sheik. Eddie Creechman came in to try to break it up. Mark Lewin pushed Eddie Creechman into the referee. The referee went down. Lewin's on the floor. The Sheik threw that fire. He hit Lewin and he got Creechman too. Creechman's been burned with a fire. Mark Lewin's been burned with a fire.
8 minutes, 35 seconds, the winner, and new United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Sheik!
The Sheik is the champion. The Sheik has won his title. The referee did not see the fire. The referee was knocked down. But when the Sheik threw the fire, he burned not only Lewin, but Creechman too. And then Lewin was outside of the ring. When the referee came around, Lewin was laying outside the ring. Lewin was counted out of the ring. The Sheik has been awarded the title. Chuck Allen, come here. I want to get it officially. Chuck, what was the word from the referee? What's the official ruling? The Sheik is the champion, is that right?
The Sheik is the champion, yes. Mark Lewin was counted out of the ring. That's the official decision by the referee.
He couldn't make it back in.
Ready to go.